Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, good morning. So, we're here again. We're going to get a message from the Soulflower deck, and then we're going to go into a personal reading for Rhonda. Oh my goodness. Could you have stayed in bed this morning? Did you find it challenging to give yourself enough reasons to get up and get out of bed? Or was that just me? I'm just really thankful for the chickens. Let's just say that. I mean, they get me up because I know that they are cooped up. Literally, they're in the coop. They're locked in there, so nothing would kill them through the night. And I always, use that as motivation to get outside. And I love getting up early. Right now, it's 6:30. It's daylight outside, but a lot of times we just don't realize it because we're sleeping. But it is gorgeous. I just am feeling a little underslept though, if I'm being honest with myself. However, it's Wednesday. It's Wash Your House Wednesday, water your houseplants, do this, do that. And there's a lot of stuff that I have going on. I have projects everywhere. In every part of the house that I turn around, I see some projects going on. And as I look out the window right now, I see a red cardinal. So the signs and symbolism and synchronicities are all around you. Have a look and see and all of that. So yeah, we're going to do a personal message for Rhonda today, which I just was looking at her profile, and I see double digits on your profile, Rhonda. I see 99 and 66, with your followers and following. And anytime I notice numbers, those are always signs to me. Numbers are a significant part of my life. I have established that for sure. But anyways, double nines and double sixes, dang, you got some master numbers going on in your life. And 9 represents a number, 9 usually means compassionate. I'm going to read from this book. 9 usually means compassionate, patient, service to others, love, tolerance, forgiveness, and high intelligence. And then 6 has a meaning of harmony, intuition, balance, and understanding. So Rhonda, there's a really good chance that you're an amazing human being with seeing these double numbers, all about love and forgiveness and intuition, and really good energy there. So we're going to get to your reading. We're just going to pull some cards from the Soulflower first, and then Rhonda's getting some trees and flowers. Okay, and then if we cannot convince ourselves to stay awake and our eyes are literally burning because we're so underslept, then maybe we might need to take a nap. We might need to take a little nap today. Oh my goodness. It takes a while for your body to reset with a new habit. So this getting up at 5:15 for me. Now, getting up is not the hard part because most of the days I have woken up before my alarm. My guides wake me up before my alarm. And, I get up and I use the bathroom, and I'm awake and I go outside, but then about an hour later, sometimes I'm I made a huge mistake. All right, so let's see. Did I make a huge mistake? No. All right, so we're going to just go into this day and ask for some encouragement from the Soulflower deck. A little encouragement on this Wednesday. Wash your house Wednesday. All right. So our soul flower encouragement is from Bee Balm. Bee Balm. And Bee Balm has a message of vibrance. So Bee Balm is saying add some spark to your life. Oh my God. The perfect message when you're not feeling very much spark at all. So maybe this is like our moment to like actually bring in a deep breath worthy of recognition, like actually bring some oxygen into your body. Whew. And say, I'm going to bring some spark into my body with some oxygen, wake my mind up. Bee Balm encourages you to let go of inhibitions, to cut loose. Be passionate and sing your song at the top of your lungs without judgment. Every day is a gift worth celebrating. I almost said resenting. That is not what this card says. This card says every day is a gift worth celebrating. Bee Balm reminds you to show up and embrace the potential of your own life. No excuses. No excuses, you guys. If you just rolled your eyes there, I feel you. But yeah, like show up and embrace the potential of your life. Dang. And on the bottom of the deck is seriously happy, vibrant vibes from Zinnia. And that is a message of lightheartedness. Oh, and they look so sweet together because the Bee Balm is magenta and it's got spiky flowers, and you know, it is definitely just being itself in the world. And Zinnia, we've got like two pinkish ones and a orangish one. So pink, orange, and of course, you know, the center of them has some yellow. Zinnia encourages spontaneity and just plain silliness to help bridge the gap between responsible adult and innocent child. So I started out thinking like, okay, it's Wednesday, gotta wash the house, water the plants, you know, vacuum, do the dishes, school the kids, blah, 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 blah. And Zinnia is saying, hey, could we just be silly here and have a little fun? Like, could you just let loose a bit? That's what Bee Balm is saying too. Let loose, cut loose. Zinnia is also saying to allow yourself to rediscover your joyful, playful inner child. Open your heart and your imagination and allow yourself to dream. The world is your oyster. And anything is possible. So the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. Anything is possible. So both Bee Balm and Zinnia, they both are in agreement. You know, you got to let loose. You got to be spontaneous. You've got to just let yourself be silly and have fun without judgment, whether that's singing at the top of your lungs or just being a goofball. They both also have a message of potential. Okay, Bee Balm is saying to embrace the potential of your own life. Don't you dare make any more excuses. And Zinnia is saying that the world is our oyster and anything is possible. So that is a really awesome message to go into this day. It feels complete to me. Unless, of course, we wanted to like say like, well, what's the holdup? Like, why do I always feel like this or that? But we already know these answers, right? We get caught up in responsibilities. We get probably we probably get like our vibrancy watered down from the mundane, right? These ordinary tasks that we have to do every day. Like maybe what you need to do today is go ahead and do what you got to do, but just come at it like you're doing them for the first time, or you're a kid, or you're just like really silly. Like try to make it as fun and lighthearted as you can, because if you want more vibrance in your world, you gotta like start inviting it in and allowing it and encouraging it. Like if you want to have fun, then silliness is definitely a way to get you to lighten up, laugh, have a good time. Do the trick, do the mind hack that like right now, and I'll do it too, smile right now. I mean big, for no damn reason. Put a smile on your face. Listen to me, I'm even talking weird. That's how big my smile is right now. Like just sit here and smile. And like your brain doesn't know if you're faking it or not. Like basically this is the mind hack, the brain hack. If you sit here and smile, try to hold it for like 30 seconds, right? You'll feel a change. Like all of a sudden your eyes get a little more open, like your vision changes. You're tricking yourself. It's the fake it till you make it. If you want to be happier today, smile like an idiot right now with me. Like just bring her out. Like it's crazy. I look psychotic. I look completely nuts right now. But hello, I'm breathing a little deeper. My vision got a little brighter, and yeah, do that a few times and, see if you can get some energy flowing, some vibrance, and just some lightheartedness. So those are our cards today, Bee Balm and Zinnia. I think that's plenty. My goodness, it's Wednesday, hump day. So this is exactly what we need. All right, so let's get on to our card reading for Rhonda. She said yes, she'd love a card, open-ended. Okay, cool. So we're going to do that. This is going to be an open-ended message for Rhonda. Oh, cracking my neck, letting the energy flow. Open-ended. So I love that we're starting into this with a message of lightheartedness and play. So definitely get your fun on today, Rhonda. Let me just readjust here. So I think what I want to do, this is open-ended. This is for Rhonda. Let me just tell my cards here. The first deck I'm going to use for you is called the Wisdom of Trees Oracle by Jane Struthers. So it's open-ended, so I'm just going to say, can I please have a message for Rhonda? Something that she would like or needs to hear, she's ready to hear. An open-ended message for Rhonda. Let me give these cards a good shuffle. This is for Rhonda. Okay. So can I have a tree first for Rhonda? I'm going to pull you a tree. Can I get the best, can I get the best tree to guide Rhonda today? And the deck literally chunked and split out. And guess who's staring up at me? Scott's Pine. All right, so that's going to be your tree. It is a winter scene. It's a winter scene, and there is a little cabin down past this Scott's Pine that has a woodpecker on the side of it. There's pine cones, and yeah, I mean, The driveway going down to the cabin has like candles lit on the side of it, just a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6, and for that love and compassion for Rhonda. I feel like this may be part of your personality. You really do make an attempt to stay in your heart space, to stay in the now moment, to stay in appreciation, gratitude. Like, you've kind of learned at this point, like, the meaning, the secret, the whole point of life is for you to enjoy it and love it. Maybe that's because you had the flip side, and if you ever have any time in your life where you do not enjoy life, or it just feels negative or not interesting, like, that kills me. I hate that. So once you have that flip side experience of not appreciating and being in gratitude, you really want to try to stay in it. Like, especially after you get a taste of gratitude. I mean, if you never went into gratitude, people listening, you don't know. You don't know what how good it is. But once you get a taste for it, it's like, oh, I can feel love in my heart all the time. Yeah, that is what I want. Okay, so let's talk about Scots pine. Scots. Scott with only one T. There's only one T in Scots pine. And okay, so right away, I just want to say that the border of the card is brown around the border, which means that this is in the trunk family. Like, these cards, you'll either get ones that we're going to talk about: the roots, the trunk, the leaves, or the flowers, fruit, and seeds. Okay, so the trunk, this is one that represents the trunk, and this is a healing card. So, and Scots pine is all about construction. So it's a healing card with a message of construction. So let's see here. First of all, it is native to Europe from the Arctic Circle to southern Spain. It's a resinous tree. It bears flowers and cones. It's very, very long-lived, and it can grow to about 65 feet tall. So we'll just get nerdy for a second. As the name suggests, the Scots pine is one of the native trees of the Caledonian forest that once covered Scotland. It was valued by Druids, particularly at the winter solstice, when bonfires of the trunks represented the return of the divine light. They would also decorate strands of the trees with lights. It was thought that some Scots pines marked the burial sites of ancient Scottish chieftains and warriors, where solitary trees further south were once markers of cattle droves and other important tracks. So medicinally, the pine's resin will ease lung congestion. So the resin will help ease lung congestion, or maybe love congestion. Maybe that was a Freudian slip that actually made sense. So yeah, that would be interesting if you had any Scottish heritage, or, it did say that it was valued by the Druids. So if you are someone who really values the earth, this tree might really resonate with you, or there just might be that lineage, that history within your genetic makeup that could resonate. So I'm going to read you the Scots pine Deva message, and then we will get the divination message as well. So the Deva. My straight trunk has been valued for thousands of years for building ships and homes. I thrive even in foul weather and harsh conditions. Let me show you how to construct a richer and healthier life for yourself. So that's awesome because, whatever conditions you're living in doesn't have to be snow. It could be other harsh weather conditions, or even if you just find yourself in a harsh, energetic, or emotional space, right? Your environment, something's challenging. It's saying it can always be better. It can always be richer, and it can always be healthier. So even though you're like, I'm in a pretty good place. I'm in pretty good health, and I love this, I love that, and I love my family, and I like nature and all this. Scott's saying, yeah, but it actually could be richer and better, and I'm going to show you the way. So the message is, there's two different ways to look at this card, of course, upright and inversed or reversed, upside down. So I'm going to read you both the message since it's open-ended, although it came out upright. So I think you're in a good place. I think you're headed in the right direction. But don't settle, there's always more love to be had. So the right way up message is, are you building the life you want? Are you building the life that you want? Or do you feel dissatisfied because something is not working out in the way you would like? So Scott's Pine is saying, look beyond the day-to-day difficulties to gain a clearer view of where and how you need to make changes. So just like we were talking about, just look beyond the day-to-day stuff, right? And see if you can look beyond that to find a nice, clear view of where you could make some changes if things are not exactly where you want. And that, of course, is kind of what, Xenia, or as my mom says, Xenia, was, also letting us know. We can have more fun. We have more potential. And same with Bee Balm, too. Don't limit yourself. You can always have, do, and be more if you want. Now, the inversed message could be for you, is your life cluttered with too many commitments or possessions? So do you just got too much stuff going on? Do you have too much stuff in your house? Do you feel like it's just things are a little cluttered right now? Whether that's belongings or activities or something. Is your life cluttered with too many commitments or possessions? Are you holding on to them because you truly need them, or because they are familiar and you are unwilling to discard them? So if you're just hoarding stuff and you're just, doing a bunch of stuff that, it's just familiar to you, so you keep doing it, it's just saying perhaps it's time to let some of them go. Because as you let things go in your life, of course, we know that it opens up space, and then you have this energetic availability to your life now. As I love getting rid of stuff. It makes me so happy to get rid of things. I don't know, a couple years ago, minimalism romanced me so hard. And still definitely not a minimalist, because every time I turn around, somebody's giving me something hey, do you want these 3 bags of clothes? Or, hey, I'm going through my fabric stash. Do you want my fabric? And I'm like, okay, because you just never know what's going to be in there. But as stuff comes into my life, and here's just some advice for you and everybody. Go ahead and look through things and see if there's anything that you want. It brings you joy. It really resonates. But you've got to give yourself permission to discard and get rid of, and not hold on to everything, because there is a lightness, there is a freedom that comes when you get rid of clutter. And of course, this is with our commitments as well. Like if you just feel like you are running around doing too many things, and that differs for every person. Like some people can do a lot and it doesn't feel like a lot, and then other people like me, like two errands in one day seems like too much, right? Or leaving the house more than twice a week seems crazy. So know yourself and really honor your space, because that's what Scott's Pine is all about. It's your life. It's you building a life that you want. This is your creation. Don't let anyone else dictate to you how it should be, and give yourself permission to clear things out if they're not serving you. All right, so Rhonda, I'm going to get out the Magic of Flowers Oracle. Speaking of clutter, my desk right now is like nuts. I'm going to move this. It's just, I have a deck out that I was working with last night. I kept it out because I didn't want to lose my place. I'm studying it, so I have my selenite, my quartz crystals laying on it. I've got these two decks out. I've got a quart mason jar full of leftover stinging nettle juice that I'm drinking cold. I have incense burning at the corner of the desk, making a complete mess. Like, it's not even trying to like keep the ashes in the container. I have a sacred labyrinth spiral that you can go along your finger. I have a crunchy leaf that I brought home yesterday from my favorite tree, and now I have your cards. So like, I get it. Like, it doesn't take much for things to get cluttered up. Like when I sat down at this desk this morning, it was completely bare except for the oracle cards that I had left out overnight, and the spiral and the leaf. But other than that, it was completely bare. Now I have like literally a fraction of space left. So you got to maintain your space. Okay, well, your first card already flipped out, and it is Black-Eyed Susan. So this is going to go on the bottom. I'm going to surround Scott's Pine, northwest, east, and south. And so we're going to start south here because Black-Eyed Susan wants to be down here because she has a message of being grounded. So she wants to be on the bottom. She's like, yo, like I want Rhonda to keep going outside and putting her energetic roots into the earth, keep connecting with nature, and keep appreciating nature. So stay grounded, because that is like being grounded makes the difference whether you can do 2 errands or 12 errands. You know what I mean? If you're grounded, you don't get frazzled. You don't get overwhelmed because your energy is stable. And then you can be that source of stability for everyone around you. People can come to you and they're drawn to you for a hug or just, a moment because your energy feels so good. It's like a breath of fresh air. So Black-Eyed Susan was the first flower that wanted to connect with you today. Okay, so pretty open-ended. I want to say, like, what flower, let's go up to the top here. What flower could inspire Rhonda? Kind of like a higher guidance, inspiration flower for Rhonda. Let's put that at the top. Okay, you got poppy, red poppies at the top. Now, she's sleeping up there, okay? Poppy is up there. She is sitting on a chair in front of a window, and she's got this really vibrant green blanket on the back of her chair, and she just put her arm up there, put her face on her arm, and is really taking a snooze. And Poppy has a message to sleep on it. So that's kind of interesting now with the Scott's Pine, because the Scots pine is like saying like, how do you want to build your life? What do you want to do? Maybe there's some decisions to be made. And Poppy's saying sleep on it. So if you're uncertain, if you're not clear about anything in your life, don't feel rushed, okay? You don't want to fast track the building of a building or a home or your life. You know kind of structures like they rushed on, right? The work is sloppy. It just is not really that nice of a building, right? Like those Dollar Generals that pop up in the middle of nowhere, they just throw those things together. You don't want to do that. You're building a life here. You're creating the version of yourself that you're going to live with, that you're going to enjoy. So Poppy's saying sleep on it. If there's any type of decision, resting and taking a nap is your best bet, or meditating, or like Black Eyed Susan said, just going outside and being grounded. But definitely a message. This is a very slow message, actually, because, Scots Pine has this winter scene. Like, you might as well just go inside and be cozy. Poppy's sleeping, and Black Eyed Susan, Deva, is just standing there, eyes closed, hands on heart, going within, connecting down into Gaia. So the energy right now is actually like, kind of like solid and slow. But that feels really good. All right. Okay, I want to pull you 2 more cards. So I'm going to do top and bottom. And I'm just going to say to the universe, this is an open-ended message, but if there is any more insight on any aspect of Rhonda's life that she would appreciate hearing, is there anything that her higher self wants to bring through? That is the message that we would like to receive now. All right, there we go. I'm going to do 1, I'm going to do 2, top and bottom. The deck stopped itself, so let's see what we've got here. So I kind of made you a navigational thing going on here with the Scots Pine. We've got the Scots Pine in the center. We've got Poppy up top, taking a rest. We've got Black Eyed Susan down below, grounding into Gaia. And we've got these 2 cards now to flip over. In the western side, we've got Freesia, Freesia. This is another flower that we probably all say differently. Like, seriously, my mom and I, she's like, did you see my zinnias? And I'm like, yes, your zinnias were beautiful. Right, so I believe this is Freesia or Freesia. Maybe, I don't know. But, like, it's an awesome, vibrant, this is not a sleeping card. This is a butterfly on the flower. So this is, right, you becoming you, just like Xenia said, becoming vibrant, allowing yourself to shine. And this is in a field of flowers. So this is kind of like, let's play, let's have fun. The sky is blue, and there's just enough little beautiful clouds to make it enjoyable. But it's a gorgeous day. The butterfly is really beautiful. The body is like a turquoise color. So if that's important, if that color is important to you, like, the body's amazing. And let's see what's on the other side of Scots Pine. Yes, wow. Okay, on the other side, it's also an amazingly vibrant, energetic, powerful, forceful card. It is Foxglove. So Foxglove is on the other side of Freesia, and Foxglove is a message for you, Rhonda, to summon your courage. It's this powerful, she's powerful and definitely confident and authoritative and certain. She is certain of herself. She's got this horn. I mean, she's a warrior. She has a sword. she might be wearing a skirt, but she's wearing armor, beautiful armor, and she is blowing her horn. And that is a message to be confident and to be assertive and to summon your courage. Now, Freyja's message is necessary change, right? You can't be a caterpillar forever. So even though you were just a little caterpillar in your Scots pine cabin, in the winter, right? You've been hibernating. Now it's time for you to come alive. It's maybe there's a message here. Now I'm feeling a message for you to move out of your comfort zone. Like Poppy's saying, you don't have to be rash or, too abrasive about it. Like you can move at your own pace. But, if you haven't been expressing yourself fully, make that necessary change. Summon the courage to be you. Like to be as fun as you want, as silly as you want, as outspoken as you want. Like sometimes when we are the nurturing, loving, forgiving one, if you're that person, like the numbers on your page said, sometimes you're not, you swallow a lot. You maybe just don't say anything, and you don't have to say rude things, but don't let your consideration for how everyone else feels ever hinder your self-expression. So yeah, there's definitely, with these two cards, your West and East card, the colors are pinks, violets, purples, oranges, red. I mean, it's powerful. And it's really interesting how, like, you've got this inner support system. You're going vertical for your support, which is awesome. You're going down into Gaia. You're reaching up into the higher realms. You're maybe meditating enough. You're connecting enough. You've got the support. So now let's live our life on the horizontal field with vibrancy and confidence. And so if you don't have that confidence, have the courage to make that necessary change. All right, so let me look in here in the book. I want to grab the guidebook for you because I want to make sure that we enjoy these cards. The foxglove is so amazing. It is all about summoning your courage, but there is also this fairy connection. So if when you are out in nature, you sort of feel like a little magical fairy, know that you could be connected to the fairy realm because you are sincere. So that opens you up to that energy. Now, foxglove can also have a message of heart healing and possibly protection. Now, that's interesting because Scots pine is a healing card. And so foxglove has said, like, if there's any healing work to do in your heart, make sure that you wrap all that up, okay? Because you definitely want to be able to, discard any heaviness. Because you got the butterfly card with Freyja, and that means that it is time to be light and free and fly. Because even the smallest negativities to a butterfly are too heavy. Okay, when you're looking for lightness in your life, you want to be free, you want to be light. So I'm going to take a picture of these cards and post them at Herb Oracle. And when you look at the foxglove card, or just even right now, take a moment to envision a blossoming foxglove. And breathe her powerful energy into your heart, okay? Just sense the energy of the foxglove. I mean, a lot of times, like, as an herbalist, we're like, stay the F away from the foxglove, right? Like, don't eat that. Oh my God, like, that'll kill you. But we can appreciate this powerful energy that is contained in a plant. And as you look at this picture, see see your heart glowing with vibrant light. Okay, so allow your heart space right now to feel glowing, to warm you. Okay, let it fuel you. Let it propel you forward into your most glorious and successful future. So you've got this solid ground with the Scots pine and the black-eyed Susan. Now, foxglove and freesia is fueling you. This is your solid. Now here comes your fuel, like truly. So the time is right to summon your courage and powerfully banish, dissolve, and destroy any and all cords to fears that may have been holding you back. So if, whatever fears hold you back, we've all got a little list at least. Let's banish those now. Listen to your heart and act according to your heart's clearest visions and fondest desires, and boldly step in the direction of your dreams. So it also has a message, like Black-Eyed Susan, to connect with the earth. Okay, that is where you're going to get your true identity. And Foxglove is saying to see yourself in the light of fortitude, resilience, and strength. So if you don't always see yourself as a really strong and resilient person, like, trust me, you are. You are grounded enough that you can shine your light and you'll be fine. You got enough to go around. And that's exactly what you need to do. If you have fears that are holding you back, and some of these fears are logical and some of them are illogical. Like I've been doing a lot of work with fears and stuff too. And it's like, let go of your fears. And I'm thinking, well, what are my fears? And honest to God, I think my only fear in this life is losing my children. Like everything else I just know is an illusion, or I know is bullshit. I'm not, but that, my children make me feel so vulnerable. I don't think my heart could handle it if they left the earth before me, And so that's my fear. That's my weakness. So that's the work I need to do. So whatever your fear is, just know that you can summon the courage to look it in the eye. There was a point that I would not have been able to say that to you without crying. Even the idea of it would break me. But we've got to summon the courage to look at our fears, because they need to be seen, and we need to accept them and love them. And that to me is part of my weakness, and that's something that I have to honor and know. And then once you look at it, it becomes doable to be okay, well, what if that did happen, right? You can kind of allow yourself this courage to even walk up close to the fear, right? And then you see that it's not quite as scary as you thought, you know what I mean? And then it's oh, look, now I can even tell Rhonda my fear without crying, right? So that to me is all work, but that took courage, you know what I mean? And that took work on my part. So whatever it is in your life that causes you fear, Foxglove wants you to know that you can handle this. So there's a lot of messages within all these cards that make sure that if things aren't exactly the way you want in your life, to change your perspective. Stop giving your power away to other people. It's time for you to be powerful. It's time for you to do what your heart wants to do. Okay, follow your heart. You can take action now. Of course, Poppy's up there saying, if you're not quite sure of what you want to take action about, take a nap. Poppy's if you're not exactly sure what it is that you want to do or should you do, or it's not clear yet. You know, it's not really clear. She's like, who cares? Take a nap. Let me pull up Poppy here, because she's telling you to sleep on it if you're not sure. She does have this calm energy, communion with the infinite. Poppy can also be about invisibility, overcoming addiction, making peace with death. That's interesting, since I just shared that story with you. I don't know if that's going to be something that's relevant to you personally. So making peace with death. Okay, thank you, Poppy, because that's exactly what I had to do and still have to do. Like, get over this fear of death that society implants in us. All of my guides, all of my oracles, all of my messages, all of my aha moments have been and cover and touch upon that we are eternal beings. We have an infinite self, an infinite soul, that it always exists. So it's silly to our guides and angels and higher selves that we take so much time to fear death, because they're in non-physical, in the realm of eternal existence, being like, you silly humans, like, there's no such thing as death. Like, it's like closing your eyes in one reality and opening them in another. Your soul is eternal. And so that's what I have to tell myself when I'm worried about other people. You know, like yeah, I don't want them to leave because I'm selfish and I want them here with me. But I shouldn't fear for them, because I shouldn't fear for myself, and I should not fear death. So Poppy is saying make peace with death. She's also saying change your perspective, but she wants to do it from a relaxed, surrendering, releasing, sleepful place. So I love that, like, it's like you've got these cards about courage and energy and change, but it's like, but we are gonna do it at our own pace, and we are gonna be grounded and peaceful and restful as we do that. And that's why I'm so happy that Black-Eyed Susan jumped out of the deck first for you, because we really can do anything when we're grounded into Gaia. So Black-Eyed Susan is all about connecting with the earth, but it's also about, and this is interesting, it's also about connecting with transitioned loved ones. So Black-Eyed Susan's magical specialties, according to the Magic of Flowers companion book, it is cleansing and releasing. It is grounding. She has a message of integration and mediumship, because she represents connecting with transitioned loved ones. So yeah, I didn't see that this was gonna turn this way, but you know, sometimes it's helpful for some people that if you do have a fear of death, maybe visit a medium if you have someone that has passed and transitioned, because sometimes that's what our ego mind needs, just a little confirmation that like the people that we love that have transitioned, that have died, like they're still around. We still have access to them if we ask for it, if we summon them, if we call on them. I mean, I had a really interesting connection when my grandpa died. He died, and then, as everyone's planning their funeral, one of the nights, I just really felt his energy so much, and I wrote this poetry that I am convinced he was helping me with. It was just this amazing flow of, divine energy and connection to who he was and how he wanted to be portrayed. And so I was one of the only family members that was able to speak at the funeral. And I read this poetry, and I think I was able to do it, one, because he helped me, and two, because I was reassured that there was nothing to fear. This doesn't need to be a sad day. You know, like granted, you can grieve any way you want to grieve. You know, we're entitled to that. But there is something about death that we have been misled. And yeah, that's part of our work here to uncover. Okay, so I want to wrap it up for you. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Let's wrap it up with Frisia. I guess that's maybe how you say it. I have said this word like a dozen different times. Frisia, but it says free. I see free when I read that word. So I really want you to leave this reading with a message of being free. Free to do what you want, free to say what you want, free to think, free to feel, free to be. Hey, if you just need to walk around outside for 3 hours, you are free to do that and encouraged to do that. So Frisia's magical specialties are clarity. And here's more courage coming your way to make necessary changes. Now, Foxglove had a message of healing the heart, and Frisia has a message of healing depression. So, yeah, left and right of the Scots pine is healing, and Scots pine is healing. And then up and down, we've got that grounded, beautiful energy of connecting within, connecting with loved ones, connecting with the unseen realms. So Frisia is also about self-love, removing blocks. If there's anything blocking you, like we talked about, the fear or the lack of self-confidence, or, you know, just you need to remove the blocks, and then your courage will flow in, your clarity will flow in, the experience that your heart desires will flow in. So Frisia is about transmutation and also womb healing. Yeah, like your womb. So if you had any trauma to your womb, a miscarriage or endometriosis or anything in that vicinity, if there's any type of residual trauma in your womb, this is also an energy coming in that can heal that. So yeah, I love this card so much. Like, it's so interesting to have a winter scene. When I look at this spread for you, it's so interesting to look at the winter scene around all these beautiful, amazing, blooming flowers. It gives me the feeling that like you almost sink down into the center, into the snow. So that to me is definitely a message to keep on going within, because that is where everything is. Everything you want is inside of you. So keep manifesting that. All right, thank you everybody for joining me this morning. My body still might be tired, but my mind definitely feels better after. So I'm in a better tired. I'm definitely feeling better. It's gorgeous out. This earth is so beautiful. Why would I want to sleep it away? I mean, I know that Poppy says that we can take a nap if we need it, and I might take her up on that, especially if I just get like too weary. Sometimes 20 minutes closing your eyes is all that you need. So I'm going to give myself permission to do that, like Rhonda's reading suggested. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much beauty. And when you realize that there is this energy stream that we can tap into, that's just always flowing to us. Tiredness is an illusion that I am pretty certain we can talk ourselves out of. Like, there is energy for us to access. Whatever it is that we need to get done today, we can do. Heck, I might even wash my face this morning. I'm feeling like that good and that motivated now. So thanks for coming together with me. Thanks for co-creating. Thanks for getting this energy flowing. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a beautiful, wonderful, and grounded day.